Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Yunus, and as I promised that I'm gonna bring more information about the comparison between Toronto and Calgary. Today I have very important information about the taxes in both the cities, or you can say in both the provinces. I'm gonna tell you about the property tax, the income tax, and also the sales tax that you have to pay every single day. Stay tuned, and here we go. So let's start with the income tax. Both Calgary and Toronto are subject to the same income tax rate, the federal income tax rate, which ranges around from 15% to 33% depending on the taxable income. However, the province of Alberta, where Calgary is located, and also the province of Ontario, where Toronto is located, have actually different provincial tax rates. In 2022, Alberta's provincial tax rate was 10%. while Ontario's provincial tax rate ranged from 5.05% to 11.13% depending on the taxable income. So for example, if you're earning $100,000 in Calgary, you would be paying around $21,459 in the total income tax. You would be paying around $23,749 if you would be earning $100,000 in Toronto, and it is actually assuming that there is no deductions or credits involved in this transaction. So there will be a difference of around like $2,000 or more even in the income tax. So there you go, you can save a little bit more if you're working in Calgary and having the same income. So let's discuss about the property tax. So property taxes are levied by the municipalities and can vary based on the assessed value of the property. The property tax rate of 2022 in Calgary was 0.4787%, while in Toronto the property tax rate in 2022 was around 0.614%. So this means the homeowner who would buy a $500,000 property in Calgary would have to pay $2,300 and around like $49 in property taxes in Calgary, and in Toronto they would have to pay, for the same price, they have to pay around like $3,070 for their property tax. So there you go, another difference with the property tax as well, where in Calgary you are saving more than Toronto. So let's talk about the sales tax. Sales tax is very tricky in both of the provinces. I don't really like the sales tax here because whenever you go outside and if you purchase anything, any item, it will have like the prices will be without tax. So when you buy it, you would think, okay, it's like, you know, $10, but when you have to pay for it, it's going to be $13. So that is actually, which I don't like. They should label the prices exactly what you are going to pay in the end with the taxes, but here it's not like that. Unlike in England, you just have to pay whatever was written on the label, so that makes more sense. But here it's a little bit different. So let's talk about the sales tax, that what you have to pay in Calgary or in Toronto. So both Calgary and Toronto are subject to the federal goods and services tax. In Calgary you have to pay 5% of the GST, and in Toronto it's totally different, and here is why. In Ontario it's totally different, where you have to pay the harmonized sales tax, which is also known as HST, and that is 13% as compared to Alberta, which is 5% only. So whatever you are going to purchase in Toronto, you have to pay 13%, which includes the GST, but yes, you have to pay the provincial tax in Ontario. So for example, if you purchase anything in Calgary which is costing you around $1,000, you just have to pay $50 in terms of the GST. But in Ontario, if you are buying the same price, like if you're buying the same thing for the same price, you have to pay $130 in the HST, and also then the total will come around $180. That will be the total sales tax on your purchase of $1,000, and this is a huge difference, I believe, and if you live in Toronto, you know what I'm talking about here. So the whole point of making this video is actually to make myself also aware and understand about the tax system and where I would be able to save more money if I'll be living in Toronto or Calgary. So in this case, the federal tax is actually the same, but then the main difference is with the provincial tax, and that is a big difference, and you would be able to save a lot more in Calgary as compared to Toronto. There is no question about it. So guys, decide where to live in future. If you have landed in Toronto, doesn't mean that you have to stay here forever. I'm still living in Toronto. I don't know about the future, but then I have some plans, and I'll let you guys know. The property tax over there is actually way cheaper, and there are other advantages with the property if you're trying to buy a property in Calgary as compared to Toronto. And I'll make a detailed video about it, that how many fees or taxes you have to pay if you are buying a property in Calgary and how many you have to pay in Toronto. So that would be an interesting difference. So if you like this video, please hit the subscribe button and like the channel. It will help the algorithm, and it will help this video to grow, and also to get it to someone who is actually looking for this type of information. So thank you so much. Have a great day.